Hello, this is Ricardo. In this video, we are going to learn about phrasal verbs. So, you can find this on page 69, phrasal verbs, and this is just like an introduction to phrasal verbs. So, the first thing we need to know is that they are formed by a verb and a particle. So, we have break, the verb, up, the particle, get, the verb, along, the particle, and so on. We have work out, turn out, write back, call back, settle down. So there are so many phrasal verbs, and we are going to find a lot in readings. People use it in spoken language. So the best way to learn them is by increasing our vocabulary. And my recommendation is to use online dictionaries. The first option is wordreference.com, but if you don't find them in here, you can always use Google Translation. So now I have a question for you. Do you know these phrasal verbs? Are you sure that you know the meaning? Otherwise, please go to these dictionaries and look them up. So now we're going to talk about common mistakes. This sometimes when we're using a phrasal verb, we forget that we need to conjugate the verb when using a third person in present tense. Like you know this rule when we say I, you, when we use the personal pronouns I, you, we, and they, we don't modify the verb at all. But we do when we use he, she, or it. So I have an example. This is the phrasal verb with I, you, we, and they. It's get along. But when we use he, she, or it goes gets along. So we're going to read two examples. I get along well with my brothers, and my cat gets along well with my dog. In this case, we're using the S because my cat is like an it, right? So another common mistake is that we modify the first verb but not the second one. This is the rule, this is the correct way. And sometimes we modify both. My dog wants to get along with the cat, and this is wrong. We only modify the first one, the first verb. Like my dog wants to. I know my dog is a third person, but we only need to modify the first verb. My dog wants to get along with my cat. The second example is the same. He needs to clean up. I have seen this mistake so many times, and that's why I decided to include it in this video. So this is also wrong. We only need to modify the first verb, but not the second one. He needs to clean up. And the last one. Sometimes we forget that a phrasal verb is like any other verb, and we can find it in different tenses. Like, let's say in present, it would be get along. But if we want to turn it into past, we're going to say got along. As you can tell, the only thing that changes is the verb. Get in present, got in past. And we continue with the particle without modifying anything. We can also find it in future, etc. The same, break up, broke up. As you can tell, the only thing that is modified is the verb. These are common mistakes, and please take them into consideration so you don't make them. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was very useful for you. This is Ricardo Estrada, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.